Hello, hello. Welcome in, everyone. We are going to wait just probably a minute or two before we go ahead and get started to give people some time to hop on and get into this webinar. So while we are waiting, go ahead and in the chat, let me know where you guys are joining us from. I love seeing where everyone is coming in from across the US. I myself am coming in from Ohio. So happy you all are joining us today. But yeah, go ahead and let me know where you all are joining us from. Go ahead and put that in the chat. Portland, Oregon, hello, hello. Denver, Boulder, Colorado, Minnesota. I love this. Go Ducks. Awesome. So cool. Washington State. Love seeing where everyone's joining us from. Thank you guys. I'm also going to, while you all are in the chat, I'm going to put in our social media handles for you all. So go ahead while we're waiting this last minute and give us a like and a follow. So I'm putting all of our social handles in, and I've also got a couple different resources for you guys for today. So make sure in this next minute or so, you go ahead and follow us on all of our social channels. And then we'll get started in a minute or so. San Diego, welcome, welcome. So excited to have you all joining us today. Give it just another couple seconds. Awesome. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and get started just in the respect of everyone's time. We have a pretty short webinar here today, but we have a lot of really awesome information for you guys. I think it's going to be really beneficial for you, especially when we talk about social media marketing itself. So today we're talking about how you get those likes to turn into leads and maximizing your lead generation through social media, and how you can really harness that power of social media to turbocharge your lead generation efforts. So before we get started, I want to go ahead and just take a moment to introduce myself. If you haven't attended one of our webinars before, my name is Rachel Gombosh. I am a marketing manager here at Virtuance, so I provide a lot of this educational content. So if you go ahead and follow us and stay up to date with all of our different webinars and resources, you will see my face a lot. So happy to introduce myself. I also do have, who is filtering my chat for me, Jordan Lee. She is one of our marketing coordinators also here at Virtuance. So if you guys have any questions throughout this presentation, go ahead and shoot those questions into the chat. Jordan will do her best to answer them. And what we'll do is, as always, we will allocate some time at the end of the presentation to make sure that we get all of your guys' questions answered. And then I also want to make sure I point out that just as a thank you guys for registering and joining us today, we are offering 2 free photo shoots. So we will have 2 lucky winners who will be receiving a free photo shoot. We will announce those winners in the follow-up email after this webinar has been conducted. And then also as a thank you, we do have a code for you at the end of the presentation, so you all can get 20% off your next shoot with Virtuance. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and get started. I always like to start these webinars with really just laying the foundation. Real quick, actually, before I do that, I forgot to introduce my company and who we're part of. So if you haven't heard of us before, we're Virtuance. We're a real estate photography and visual marketing company. So you can come to us for a variety of different visual solutions like photography, 3D tours, and floor plans. But ultimately, we exist to help you to win more listings, sell your homes faster, save you time and money, improve your brand, and advance your marketing. And on that note of advancing our marketing, let's go ahead and get started into the content of this webinar. So as I was saying, I really like to start by laying the foundation and the importance of why the topic is something that we need to discuss. So I'm going to start with talking about the importance of social media marketing. And I'm sure at this point, we all know that social media is a benefit to us, right? Especially, I'm sure, as you hear day in and day out as a real estate professional, that you need to be on social media. In today's digital age, social media has really just become an essential tool for real estate professionals to be able to connect with potential clients, showcase your properties, build your brand, so on and so forth. But to also further back that up, about 90% of home buyers are searching for their listings online, right? Which further exudes that point that we need to be online as well as real estate professionals. And social media channels are a great place to boost your brand, gain referrals, and really just showcase those amazing listings of yours. But just to cover our basis, I want to go over just a couple stats on why social media marketing is really critical in today's age. So first and foremost, it allows you to reach out to a larger pool of potential clients. So for about every 10 people, 7 of them are on some type of social media platform. And again, with 90% of users, they also follow at least one brand. So that can help really get you that significant impact on your business, knowing that people out there, if they're on social media, they are most likely following a brand as well. You want to make sure that they're following your brand. The second point I want to make sure I bring up is that people are all vetting online nowadays. So they are making decisions based on findings and what they are seeing and absorbing with the content that is on social media and which content is being showcased the most and is getting in front of them the most. So 76% of social media users have indeed made purchases based on content that they have found on social media platforms, which makes, again, social media a really compelling tool for real estate professionals, is you want to make sure if you are capitalizing on social media platforms that you have a better chance of getting those potential viewers to turn into clients of yours. And then the final stat I have here on just discussing the importance of social media marketing and why you as a real estate professional really need to adopt into it is that according to NAR's 2022 tech report, they had mentioned that the highest number of quality leads in the last 12 months for real estate professionals came out of social media at 46%, which is a huge number. That's almost half of the leads people were generating were coming from social media. So if you're not taking advantage of how social media can actually turn those likes into leads, you could be missing out on a big piece of potential for your business. So we want to make sure that you're capitalizing on every opportunity that you can so that anyone who comes across your social media page does in turn potentially turn into an actual lead and then a client of yours. So with these stats, again, we all know it's time to get really serious about social media marketing and how social media can just be a critical piece for you to build relationships and turn those likes into future leads for your business. So I want to go ahead and just flip over into those specific tools and strategies on how to leverage and maximize the use of social media for lead generation. The first topic I want to talk about is creating engaging content that is actually going to capture attention for you. So I think first and foremost, when we talk about social media, we know that any successful social media strategy needs successful content as well. So your content, when you are posting anything online, needs to be relevant, valuable, and it also needs to be engaging as well. It needs to engage that viewer and get them to stop on your page. On average, people online are spending about 2.5 hours a day on social media, and you need to make sure you're doing everything in your power to capture that attention while they are online, right? That's a pretty big window to get someone's attention. So we want to make sure your content is grabbing it. Now, when we talk about content, there's about 4 large themes I like to go over, and you'll notice how these themes kind of interconnect with each other, and they form this type of matrices, if you will. So the first theme of content or creating engaging content is informative content. So the purpose of informative content is really to, again, inform or construct your reader, typically with an aim of encouraging them to take some type of action at the end of that piece of content. So this could be something like signing up for a newsletter, encouraging them to sign up for a newsletter, taking a free course, or purchasing a service from you, right? So this type of content can really just help to increase awareness of your brand and of your services. This type of content is also known as convincing content as well. So anything, ratings, newsletters, so you want to get someone to take a specific type of action. The second form of content we're going to talk about is inspirational content that can be really engaging. So when done right, inspirational content can be something that really just resonates with a large group of people, and those people cannot help but spread the word of your brand, of your specific piece of content that you've shared. So the best type of inspiration, especially when we talk about it in the sense of real estate, is often going to be things like case studies, customer testimonials, and success stories. People talking about failures and challenges that they were facing that they overcame through using you and your services. So this is really beneficial in creating buzz about how your services can actually solve problems that maybe home buyers or home sellers are currently experiencing. So you want to make sure you tap into that inspirational content. The third form of content you can tap into to be creative and engaging is entertaining content. So this is, again, just what it sounds like. It can be humorous. It's usually something that's highly shareable. And a lot of times what it does is it turns a brand into something that people can really relate to and resonate with. So it's a great way to really show from a real estate professional's perspective that you have a life outside of real estate that potential leads can relate to, or you're providing that connection piece because you have a personal life, right? We connect to people, we connect to humans. Showcase those bits and pieces of your personal life that could maybe snag a potential client through that connection. So again, this just helps build that connection with viewers who are swiping through all of your content, maybe even before they're interested in buying or selling. You're again helping to create that buzz through entertainment content. And then the final piece of content to talk about is just educational content. So again, as always, it sounds like what it is, but the purpose of educational content is really to just impart a sense of knowledge or to educate someone, right? So with content that is educational, you are essentially tapping into someone's more rationalized side. So entertaining content can tap into someone's emotions, while as educational content taps into a rationality. So creating educational content can really showcase you as a resource for all things real estate, as opposed to someone who just helps to sell homes. So educational content is really beneficial, especially when you talk about cohorts of individuals who are maybe first-time home buyers, or they're looking for luxury real estate. You want to show that you are that resource for them. But creating content with a variety of these themes can essentially just ensure that you are appealing to potential leads in whatever state of mind, state of life they are currently in that resonates with them the most. I do want to make sure I note, though, that this, as it shows on the screen, it builds a type of matrices. And so it's important to note that some pieces of content can cover multiple themes. So for instance, a case study or a testimonial can both be informative to someone and also inspirational. So just make sure at the end of the day, you're providing a variety of different types of contents. And on that note, I want to make sure you guys have access to the resource we have for you. So we do have a social media content ideas checklist. I'm going to go ahead and share that here in the chat for you all so you can access it. It's a free download. Just go to that page and hit download and you'll grab that list. But we wanted to make sure that we provided you some content ideas to walk away with today. So I can go ahead and I'll share that link later in the presentation as well, but I want to keep on moving ahead and chugging forward. So our second concept here is embracing online conversations and engagement. We all know real estate is a relationship-based industry. So even though many marketing tactics have moved or switched over to being in this digital realm, people are still craving human connection and interaction. So you want to make sure that you're capitalizing on that. So interacting with your followers is really going to be essential here to foster a sense of community or to show your commitment to your audience that you're willing to engage and interact with them. And as far as those strategies, it includes things like commenting, liking, interacting with your followers. You want to make sure you're engaging with them. Social media works both ways. In order for people to engage with your content, you need to be engaging with theirs as well. So make sure you're taking the time to respond to comments and engage in conversations on your platforms, even if it's literally 2 or 5 minutes a day, right? A little bit of time consistently will do great things for your business. This is also a great time for you to leverage communication through online communities and real estate groups. So you want to make sure that you are connecting in relevant groups. So LinkedIn, Facebook provide opportunities for you to connect into more niched groups. So you want to make sure you're looking for relevant groups related to maybe your farm area or maybe your real estate interests, but join groups that have high engagement and active users. You can share your listings here. You can share valuable content of yours here. To build a following and to establish your brand. There's a ton of real estate groups out there for you guys. But these groups are going to help you to connect with a variety of people. It could be potential clients. It could be fellow agents. It can help you gain industry insights and discover also fresh content ideas. And on that similar topic, you want to make sure you are taking the time online to connect with agents that are nationwide. This is also a really good time, might I plug, since there's a variety of agents from all over the US. Feel free to chat with each other during these webinars and these sessions. These are great opportunities for you guys to network, because what this does is it will build a strong referral network for you. So building connections with real estate agents from different regions is going to be immensely beneficial for you. Agents in other cities are more likely to refer clients in your area because you're not a direct competitor with them. Additionally, this allows you to stay ahead, can stay ahead of the competition as well by learning about successful techniques and marketing strategies that other professionals across the nation are using as well for their marketing. So make sure you're tapping into these ways to embrace your online conversations and engagement. The third concept I have for you is what's called social listening and monitoring. So we are going to leverage social listening. So social listening is understanding conversations about your brand, your competitors, and your industry in the online world in social media. And then social monitoring is actually collecting public mentions of your brand and addressing frustrations and needs. So to learn more about your audience, social listening and social monitoring really help you analyze those online conversations about your brand or about your industry at large as well. So with these techniques, you can really learn about what potential customers, competitors of yours, and other industry members are saying, right? You can get some really valuable insights from this technique. So based on what others are saying or conversing about online, you can determine what value you can add for your potential leads or to your potential leads. So when you are social listening, when you are social monitoring online, you're seeing these conversations happen on social media. Make sure you use your findings to see where competitors are lacking so that you can step in and be active in solving a potential problem for a client, right? You can also use the information in your findings to build out content that is relevant and something users want to see and what they're mentioning online. And then also as well, you can improve your brand and provide additional education about you and your services. So I have just a quick little example that I drafted up. So bear with me on this one. So I'm scrolling through, let's say Twitter, and all of a sudden I see this tweet from Frustrated Realtor 101. And they say, my real estate photographer canceled on me last minute. Ugh, so annoyed. I'm sure you guys have had situations where you've had to deal with that. Does anyone know a photographer who can shoot my property ASAP? Hashtag frustrated, hashtag photographer needed. So as I'm scrolling through, I'm like, you know what? We can help them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reply to them, right? Through that social listening. I'm going to say, hey, that stinks for you. I'm so sorry, Frustrated Realtor 101. We're so sorry to hear that happened to you. Did you know that Virtuance has same day shoots? Definitely give us a call. Plus you'll be able to get your photos by 5 p.m. the next day. So what I'm doing is I'm just seeing what conversations are happening out there online. And then I'm seeing where I can solve a problem and I'm addressing that problem. So that's where social listening can really be beneficial for you. Just keep in mind, you're going to be reviewing it from the homeowner's perspective as well, which I'm sure there's many frustrations that people are facing out in the world today when it comes to home buying and selling. The fourth concept I have for you is taking advantage of advocation, AKA social proof. So in real estate, you can really significantly enhance your lead generation efforts by building a really strong online presence, a strong reputation, and true trust through social media. So that trust is going to be built through things like social proof online, customer reviews, and testimonials of previous clients who had a really positive impact by your services. So make sure that you are taking the time to reach back out to those previous customers and you're encouraging them to leave reviews for you, to leave ratings on your business pages, to tag you in posts, to share your content. Video and written testimonials are really beneficial and are particularly effective in showing your credibility and your competence as well in your industry. So by implementing these strategies and just taking advantage of social proof and building people and building previous clients to be those online advocates, you can really create a powerful online presence that further boosts your credibility and drives real estate leads right to your doorstep. And then my final concept for you on how to maximize your lead generation for social media is to strategically run ad campaigns. So might I add, this is the only one that will likely cost you more money. However, those previous solutions are all free. You can do those today if you wanted to. But I think it's really important to point out that in today's digital age, you really can't afford to ignore the power of social media advertising. So while organic traffic is essential, it is very necessary. Sometimes you need that extra push to boost your lead generation efforts. And that's where ads can really come into play because social media ad campaigns can help you to reach a wider audience and generate more leads with the right strategies in place. So to easily create effective social media ad campaigns for your real estate business, you want to make sure you are, one, defining your target audience carefully. So one of the key advantages of social media advertising is the ability to target specific audiences. So this can help you to target potential leads that are maybe in alignment with your niche or your specific expertise. This could be things like relocation services, first-time home buyers, luxury property seekers, or whatever your niche may be. You also want to make sure that you are capturing attention with compelling visuals that are also telling a story. So to make sure your real estate ads stand out, you want to make sure that you create content and you create those visuals that engage your audience by using high quality visuals. So this can include maybe just using a Virtuance Twilight image, right? Using those HD real images that are proven to receive 2 times more attention, using those images of your properties to help you get that additional visibility through your ad. You want to make sure you also have a clear call to action. So ads, if you're going to put money into it, you want to make sure you're getting something out of it, right? So your social media ad should have a very clear guide on what action you want a viewer to take next. So make sure you include clear and compelling call to action buttons or, text in your social media ads. So you want to make sure you are encouraging to take that specific action, such as scheduling a viewing, or maybe requesting more information from you, or you want to make sure that they are signing up for alerts from you or signing up for your newsletter. You want to make it really easy and really clear for that potential client or that potential lead to reach out to you. So make sure you have a very clear call to action. You also want to make sure you offer what we call lead magnet content or other resources. So valuable resources like ebooks or guides or market reports, anything that's going to help a home buyer or a home seller provide them more information, right? This can really fall into that educational piece of content. You are going to use those in your ad in exchange for contact information. So that's where they would fill out a form, you would get the lead, they would get the ebook or whatever resource you're providing. But this strategy really helps to just build out your email list, your contact list, and can help you generate leads of potential clients that are interested in your specific expertise. And then finally, here on this last concept for lead generation for social media, you want to make sure that you are consistently analyzing and optimizing. So remember to continually analyze the performance of your social media ad campaigns. Keep an eye on metrics like click-through rates or conversion rates, like how many of those people are turning into leads of yours, and also engagement levels as well. You want to use this data to make sure you're making informed adjustments and optimizing your campaigns over time. So if you notice when you first push your ad out there, you're getting a bunch of different leads, but maybe after 2 weeks, you start noticing those leads going down. Maybe it's time to optimize your ad and refresh your ad to, again, keep that lead generation up. So make sure you're consistently analyzing and optimizing. But all of that said, social media advertising, it doesn't have to cost you an arm and a leg. You can leverage social media ads in a cost-effective way to reach a broader audience and generate leads when you use them strategically and you monitor them consistently. So I know we covered a lot, but we're already at our recap of maximizing lead generation with social media. So a successful social media strategy, remember, requires thoughtful planning, execution, and a review process. This is how you're going to know if your leads are paying off. But some of those strategies to really increase your lead generation with social media, again, are going to be creating engaging content that captures attention, embracing online conversations and engagement, leveraging social listening and monitoring, taking advantage of advocation or social proof, and strategically running effective ad campaigns. Now, with all those said, I do want to mention that we can help you. We can help you in these efforts. So remember that Virtuance and our services can help you to increase the visibility of your brand and your listing through the visual solutions that we provide. So our HD Reel images have been proven to attract 2 times more attention than other professional photographers. You can also tap into other services and resources as well to boost visibility and attention by adding floor plans to your listing, 3D tours, and enhancements such as our virtual twilights to really boost those views and grab that attention for your listing, and as well as for your social media accounts as well. Plus, on the topic of lead generation, don't forget that with every order, with every base package through Virtuance, you get access to the Virtuance marketing suite and a dedicated single property listing website for your listing. On that listing website, there is a free lead capture form that's built into that property website. So make sure that you are sharing that free listing website on your social media platforms to grab and capture all of those leads. It's an easy way. You don't have to go through a third party, totally free and included with your base package. And that's all I have for you guys today. So I want to thank you so much for joining me. This is a perfect time. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to send those into the chat for everyone. But as a thank you for joining me today and just listening to all of this content, you have a 20% off your next shoot code. Use LEADS20 at checkout to get 20% off your next photo shoot with Virtuance. But thank you guys again so much for for joining me today for a informational session on from likes to leads and how to maximize your lead generation with social media. So just all of that said, again, as I'm waiting for some questions to populate in, remember that success in real estate is about building relationships, and your social media is really a powerful tool to nurture those connections so your followers go from liking your content to turning into active leads in need of your specific services. And so with that, again, I just want to make sure I add all of our social media channels since we're talking about social media. I'm going to share all of those different resources one more time. Give us a follow. I haven't seen any questions come through yet. Let me scroll. You guys are very welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Talk a little bit about hashtags. Janet, is there something specific about hashtags you would like me to go over? I'm happy to do a general overview of hashtags if that helps. So hashtags, it really depends on what platform you're utilizing. They're best, I would say, for Instagram. So think of hashtags if you're familiar with search engine optimization. Hashtags work as a keyword. So social media platforms have really turned into search engines themselves. So think of Google, how you go into the Google search bar and you type real estate agent near me, right? Or if I was searching for a real estate agent, I would go to Google, type real estate agent near me. So then what those are is that's a keyword, right? That's a key phrase that Google then is going to populate to answer your question. Instagram hashtags, because you can use hashtags anywhere, they work best on Instagram. That's going to be your keywords. So it's best when you use hashtags to be very defined. So if you have a niche, I suggest using a hashtag for your niche. So maybe it's hashtag first-time homebuyers, right? You want to make sure first-time homebuyers find the information you're providing online. So you can also use your location as your hashtag. So maybe you are a Colorado real estate agent. So not only could you use Colorado real estate agent, but you could also get more specific and talk about or use a hashtag that is your city real estate agent or your niche real estate agent, right? Essentially, think of your hashtags as what information do you want to make sure you provide so that if that person is looking for your specific skill set, your content gets populated up first. So that's a quick overview. What I can do also, Janet, is I can actually grab some basic SEO webinars for you and SEO resources, and I can share those with you as well. Or I can share those with everyone for anyone who wants to have them. So happy to share all of that. Awesome. Jordan just shared a resource as well. Perfect. Well, I think that's all of the questions we had. Thank you guys again so much for joining us today. Does it make sense to comment on others' posts? Marilyn, yes, it does. So that's what I was saying about when we talk about engagement. You need to engage with other people's posts to show that you want them to engage as well, right? Social media is a two-way street. So when you are, let's say, commenting on someone's post, I would say the biggest benefit here is just be authentic, be who you are, be a human, right? We want to make sure that you don't have to necessarily go out and write a paragraph when you're commenting on someone's post, but maybe you come across a potential client and they're sharing about how their kids won the soccer game, right? If you can relate to that and you can connect with it, comment it, congratulate them. Those little pieces are going to essentially make you top of mind for that individual. Is they're going to recognize when they're searching online or searching for a real estate agent that you've connected with them a lot, even if it was a short comment, even if it was congratulatory or something brief, or maybe you just thought, hey, I saw you posted about loving coffee. I wanted to share this article with you on how to make really good pour over coffee, right? I'm totally just making this up on the top of my head. But what you're essentially doing is just showcasing that you're interested in their life, you're willing to connect with them, you're willing to engage with them, so that hopefully when they're in need of your service, they reach out to you first because you've been actively engaging with them. So definitely it does make sense to comment on other people's posts. You're very welcome. Last chance for questions, everyone. These are great questions. Awesome. I think that's it. I think that was the last one. So again, as we're wrapping up, just thank you guys so much for joining us today. I hope you found this content really beneficial. As always, feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions, and be on the lookout for that follow-up email where we will be announcing the 2 winners of a free shoot. So thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week and you go out and generate a ton of leads from your social media platforms. So thank you guys so much for joining. Have a wonderful day.